Hello and welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk a little bit about AVA, the status on it, what is now really going on, and what will happen next. So first off, what happened? We all know that Reddit went bankrupt last summer, and that ever since then, the IP is being held in court. The IP, of course, standing for the intellectual property rights. What does this mean? This is basically the right that you own the game, and therefore you are allowed to do with the game whatever you want. As it's currently being held in court, nobody can really appeal to it, and for now, nobody can acquire it until the court case is over. Now, how long will this court case take? Because that's obviously the biggest thing on everyone's minds, because until it's not over, nothing can really happen to the game. And, well, as it looks for now, the court case doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. At this point, progress is rather slow, and to be fair, up until the contracts will expire in the other versions, which is for Korea and Japan, nothing too much should be happening either. It's not really clear when those contracts will be ending, but it is clear that hopefully we should receive some more news about the court in the upcoming year, in 2020. So what has happened since? Well, when Reddit went bankrupt, something really interesting did happen right after the game closed. Because, of course, as we all know, everyone got fired there. Nobody really had a job there, which created quite a big issue for a lot of people under Reddit. What people don't know is that quite a few of these coders, about a dozen or so, were offered jobs at Neowiz. As a result, Neowiz is pushing updates now for AVA, as they still own the contract. They own the contract for the Korean version, for the Japanese version. And with the new updates coming out, we know that they are providing the updates themselves by using the old team. So this makes them a likely competitor in the future as well to take over the IP. Definitely not the only one, but most likely the first in line to take that over. So who else could take it over? Well, first off, there are a lot of creditors. There are over 20, maybe even 30 creditors in place that could potentially seize the IP. Neowiz, of course, being one of them. But who else is going to take it over? I think another candidate we should always keep in mind is Tencent. Tencent has been involved in the past with the game for the Chinese version, and with them being pretty much the biggest gaming company out there, it is possible that they are going to look into AVA as soon as it comes available. But, of course, for now, that's mere speculation. The only thing that we do know for now is that the other versions, because they're pushing updates, of course referring to Kava and Java, they will still be playable and they will still receive updates up until that contract expires. And as soon as that happens, more updates on the AVA IP will come, and we'll hopefully find out who's going to take over the game and what's going to happen to the game then. Because really, as soon as the IP is being sold or someone obtains the IP, or nobody, although unlikely, there are a couple of things that can happen. First off, company buys the IP, they're going to publish the game themselves. It takes about 1.5 to 2 years before we have a game. But, of course, it's also likely that something has already been done on a new AVA, although we don't really know that. But normally, it would take about 1.5 to 2 years to create a full new game, given that it would be on Unreal Engine 4, which also likely. Second option, the company acquires the IP, and they're like, hey, AVA, quite a likable game, it's quite a valuable IP as well, we're going to try and sell it for a higher price and cash out for a quick profit. It's likely. Could also be an option that, for example, Tencent might use if they were to acquire it. But again, speculation. It is, however, one of the options. And the third one, as already mentioned before, the IP isn't being seized whatsoever. What we do know is, though, well, what is clear, makes sense at least, is if a company does acquire the IP, something is going to happen. They will want to make money. If that's in form of selling it for a higher price, or if that means publishing the game itself. So that's pretty much the stance on AVA as it is for now. I think we won't be hearing much news about it up until next year. But of course, as soon as we do hear news, we will be there to inform the community as quickly as possible. I'll try to do that through videos as well, but it's best to stay up to date through the, to the old AVA DocTag Discord, which we have now renamed to AOVS, Alliance of Valiant Shooters. Please make sure to stay in touch with us there. I'll post a link to the Discord in the description. And if you ever have any questions, please let me know. That was the update for now. Hope that makes you a bit wiser as to how the situation is going. But unfortunately for now, there's not much to share.